Hello everyone, Zargon102 here, and we're back with another episode of Let's Play Shining Force. You're gonna notice something. I'm not in Rindo. I'm back in Manarina. Yeah, I almost forgot to do something last time, so I went back and saved here. In the last episode, we finished off the Cavern of Darkness, got the orb. The orb of light right there. We got that. We went into a secret passage behind an eye and spoke to a lady in a lake, pond, whatever. But that is nothing to do with what we forgot. We forgot this guy. This is Arthur. He's a centaur, he's a knight. He's underpowered. Very weak early. Now, I'm just gonna go right out and say it. I rarely, if ever, keep Arthur in my team. Like, once I actually get more people, more characters to use, he's probably going to drop. But for right now, the next battle we go into is going to require numbers, so yeah. So we're back in Manarina. We're back in Rindo, excuse me. And, you know, things look mostly the same. Except now there's a tent here. But you can't go in. That's where the circus is. See, there are some things different now that you've gone to Manarina. And for one, Runefaust routing Guardiana. Is this the same play? Yeah, it's the same play. Okay, I regret doing that. I know it changes. I guess it's after the next battle. I'll show it after the next battle. It'll be what I close with. But, for right now, let's see. We need a boat. There's only one person who actually has access to a boat. And it's not this guy. Does he say anything different this time? Slightly different. Oh well. That was a Facebook notification. I completely forgot I had that up. Let's close that, shall we? Okay. So, we need a boat. This is the only boat available. We have to talk to him. We have to try to convince him. You have a favor to ask, and if we do it, we get a boat. Yes. Whatever it is, you can have it. Your grandson is missing. Okay, tell me about your grandson. What does he like? Where did he go? Where... you people are useless. I haven't seen him. Well, let's see. I know he was up here. Business sense, how to become rich. Yeah, just... I know he's a kid. Maybe he was bored. Where would a kid go? Oh, right, kids... They like to run away and join the circus. Let's talk to this guy. Oh, he did go in, but he didn't come out. That's suspicious. Alright, before we actually go in there, I'm gonna get some items real quick. So, yeah. Now see, this is not something I do very often. You people watching this need to take note. I'm buying items. I'm buying healing items specifically. This next fight is hard. It is ridiculously hard. And it's purely because of the quote-unquote boss enemy that you have to fight. But you'll see that once I actually get into it. So for right now, I need to clear up some space because people are holding useless items. There they are. Power staff, you can get rid of that. And a wooden staff, get rid of that. And was there anything else to get rid of? No, okay. Alright, that'll work. So, I'm buying healing items. This fight is hard. Not tedious like with a bunch of Mega Man bosses. No, this is hard. Oh, it's that fortune teller. Yeah, she's with the forces of Runefaust. She's a witch. It's Michaela. She's apparently a big fan of puppets, so this fight, other than bats, is nothing but new enemies. You have mannequins, evil puppets, dire clowns, and this, the marionette. Note the level of spell it has. Freeze level 3. You don't get level 3 spells until well after you're promoted. Quite a bit after you're promoted, and that's as casters. It just doesn't happen. You don't get them. Now, let's see. The evil puppets, they know freeze, which is like Blaze, except it's ice magic, and it's actually a little bit more powerful. It also costs one magic point more for the base spell. It's like level 1 freeze costs 1 more, but does like 2 more points of damage. It's actually reasonable. Gong is good with bats usually, so I'll have him go fight the bats. That's gonna hurt. I knew that was gonna hurt. Oh, and I didn't get to show off last time. I picked up an item called the Power Ring. When you equip it, it increases your attack by 4. Oh, I didn't want to end the turn. Fuck. Well, I guess I'll have to show it off on his next turn. But it has a use effect, and once it comes up to the swordsman's turn again, the main characters, I'll actually show off what it does. You know, provided I don't, get short-term memory loss. The bats are not really a threat. I mean, at this point in the game, if bats are a threat to you, I mean, other than the fact that they can put things to sleep, you have really, really messed up your play. Bats, at this point in the game, should not matter at all. So what you want to do is you want to focus down this first group of 2 marionettes and the two mannequins and the whatever the other one is, puppet, dire puppet, whatever it is. See, and relearn freeze. But hey, you wanna focus down the puppets here. What was this one again? Evil puppet. Okay. I'm gonna have Arthur hit this evil puppet. Hopefully. Good job, Arthur. really weak, but okay. Luke hit this one. But yeah, you definitely want to focus them down first because they hit almost as hard as the zombies did. Almost. But because they have that high damage when compared to, oh, I don't know, these bats over here, yeah, you want to get rid of them quickly. And the dire clowns do have damage comparable to the bats, or not the bats, the zombies. So you definitely want to get rid of them quickly. But you also want to be safe about it because they hurt. Like, real bad hurt. No. It's like, my strategy for that is going to be, ranged. Honestly, I'm probably going to have Hans and Kin take them out like I did the Rune Knights in the second battle. Because they don't really move much. I mean, they do move a little bit, but they don't move much. Now, I'm going to have Kin go do something. As I seem to recall, there are... Oh wait, no, Kin's got a full inventory. He can't do it. I need to send someone move on float. I guess it's going to end up being Arthur. No, since I'm not going to be using him long, I'm going to go ahead and tell you Arthur, he's mediocre. He's a mid-tier centaur, because you get like 6 total centaurs in this game. Well, I mean, centaur knights. You do get one more centaur, but he's an archer. Sort of. Anyway, not the point. He's about mid-range, and the only reason he's about mid-range as one of the knights is because eventually, after he's promoted, he starts learning spells. Rank 1 spells, but spells. Eventually he will learn Bolt, Freeze, and Blaze. In reverse order. Like, he learns Blaze, then Freeze, then Bolt, I think. It's been so long since I've actually used him, I don't really remember, but he does learn spells. Now, you would think that would make him useful, but honestly, not really. I mean, he starts off weak, and he doesn't get the spells until after he's promoted, and leveling him up to being promotable is... Okay, that one I get to use the word again. It's tedious. It's just not fun. It's like the best way I found to actually get him to level up was to repeat this battle like 2 or 3 times. But then again, you may actually end up having to repeat this battle 2 or 3 times, purely because of the damage output of the marionette. And if you think I'm joking about that, wait until you actually see me fight the marionette. It's not going to be pretty. It's like, because, again, it's a boss-type monster. Enemy, whatever. You see its MP? It's question mark, question mark. It might have a maximum mana. I don't know. I've never actually had a fight last long enough to figure out how much mana it actually has, but it casts Freeze 3 almost every turn, and that costs 10 mana each cast. Yeah. It's like any time it does a normal physical attack is a godsend. Oh, and you'll notice something else once I actually start fighting it. It's classified. I don't know if there's an actual in-game classification classification for it, but it's a boss. It's a legitimate boss. And it shares a trait with a lot of other legitimate bosses, in that every other turn it gains health back for no reason. And you'll see that too, and I've complained about that for years. I'll go ahead and start trying to lure down the puppets while I'm dealing with the bats. Come on, Gort. Come on, Luke. Hit it, May. Good job. Oh. Move towel there. He doesn't have room. Who does have room right now? Like, definitely not. No. Arthur has room. Okay, Ken doesn't have room, so what I'm gonna do... Yeah, he's equipped with the right item for now. I'm gonna send Arthur up this way. Just for a point of reference, there's a chest right there. If I remember right, that has a special item within it for Hans. If I don't remember right, then the item is going to be in one of these two chests, and I'm praying to God it's in this one, because if it's in this one, I can be attacked by that with freeze. Freeze will reach that far. Well, rank 3 and 4 do. It's a pain. I don't like this fight. This is seriously one of my least favorite fights in this whole game. Purely because of the number of times I had to redo this fight over and over and over in a row when I was younger. Oh man. Getting through this fight was an accomplishment. I have another fight that caused me roughly the same amount of problems, but like once we actually figured out that one, like it was cake. The only reason that one's hard is because you've got people who are just getting promoted and you're probably promoting them. Once you promote someone, they actually lose a little bit of stats because they go back to level 1. They don't lose a lot of stats, but they do lose stats. But that's made up for by the fact that they can equip better weapons, usually. And it's still getting through to the hero's turn, and I still haven't used that freaking ring. So, Giltown. On his next turn, I will be using that ring. I don't care. Have May hit this one. That should be a killing blow. Yep. 6 points. Good job, May. Experience up a level. Good. Defense went up by 2. Speed went up by 1. Health went up 1. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. This goes there. Whenever cast plays an evil puppet. Yeah, the puppets seem to resist a little bit of magic. You have for items, Ken. Does Gort have room? He does. You're gonna pass off that fucking bread. Oh, item, give, bread of life, Gort. I'll just have Gort open it. Ah! Okay. So what was up in that chest? That's the item I was gonna give to Hans. Ken's gonna need it, so here we go. Use the power ring on Ken. Offense goes up by 15. That means your attack just went up 15 fucking points. So his attack was 18, it just went up to 33. But it's also about to go down because I'm gonna equip the spear on him instead of the lance, just so he can actually have range when he's hitting the dire clown. Yeah. Those dire clowns, they're mean. They hurt. They are a pain in the ass. May does not have the spear. Oh, no, we're not dropping nothing. Let's see, I need to heal her again. That'll work. Alright, Gong. Gong casts Yell on Tao. She gains 8 health. He gets 11 experience. Please. 12 experience, okay. It's better than the mandatory 10. Right now, as I said, equip spear. Alright. That did a bit more damage than I thought it would. I thought it would leave him with like 3 health. That was a bit overkill, I think. Oh, a defense potion. Okay. And I know what's in the third chest, but I'm not risking someone to grab it right now. Like, that's just suicide. That is literally a suicide mission to do that. Who's low? Who's low on health? She's missing one. No. He's missing 2. He's missing 2. I'll just save it because I know I'm gonna need it. Alright, Hans has the steel arrow. Item trading is weird. Anyway, I'm gonna use this power ring on anyone who has good offense. Like, right now. I'm gonna keep using it until the ring becomes damaged, at which point I'm gonna stop using it. Because I'm gonna need as much damage as I can muster for this fucking marionette. It's that rough of a fight. Good. See, this is actually the fight where Ken excels because of his ridiculous amounts of health. You know, as long as I can actually manage to keep him topped off, like, this fight will be fairly simple. I want to wait until the marionette goes, because if I go before that marionette, it's gonna cause a lot of problems. Okay, that'll work. Whip. Steel arrow. Attack the marionette. 5 points of damage. Oh yeah, that's another thing. The marionette has a chance to dodge. I don't like it. It also takes much reduced damage from spells, so sending Tau and Henry in to do anything but finish it off, not a very smart idea. Not very smart at all. See, that'll put him at 35 attack. The smoke rises. Okay, so the ring's damaged now. I can't use it again without it breaking, so I'm just gonna go with what I have. And hope I can take him out quick enough. Ooh. Oh yes. The boost spell ends. Okay, I'm not gonna explain it unless it actually does it. No, I'll go ahead and explain it. Sometimes when it says a spell ends, it doesn't actually end. Like, the numbers will revert and everything, but for some reason damage calculations stay the same. So, I know that says 19, but it might still be counting it as, 34. I'm half tempted to let the marionette go, just so you can see how strong Freeze 3 is, but I know if I don't kill it, he's gonna kill something. So I've got to try to take him out. Alright, from here I can just stand here and wait. That's all I can do. Yeah, it's turned. It was at 4 health, and now it's at 12. You see it. I wasn't lying when I said that. Oh, shit, there went Gordon. And that means Hans is gone. Oh, boy. This is why I don't like this fight. That's how strong Freeze 3 is. That's exactly why I don't like this fight. As much as I don't want to send in Tau or Henry to do this, I'm going to purely because it's free damage. Even though it's reduced damage, it is free damage. It will always hit. It always does. There is no exception to it. I'll have Gong hit it. Try to hit it. Ken, don't fail me. Nope, the attack went down. Okay. It's a weird glitch. It doesn't always happen, but it does happen, so... Alright, I'm gonna hope that this finishes it. Freeze 1, come on. Inflicted 4. Good job, Henry. Yes. Alright, so that's this fight. I don't like this fight. I have so many bad memories of this fight. It just, no. And now we can get this chest. It has 50 coins. And we've just rescued that boy, so we need to go and talk to his grandfather, the mayor. No problem. Okay, so before we go off into the ship and sail to Runefaust, I wanna resurrect the people. But yes, Freeze 3 at this level is devastating. It is almost a guaranteed KO on anyone who has less than 18 health. So I lost Gord. And I lost Tau. Which really isn't that bad. Like, I only lost... Oh, and Hans. No, I didn't lose Tau. I lost Hans. Okay. I lost Gort and Hans. So... for that fight, that's really not that terrible. Well, I don't think anyone's poisoned. I don't think anyone's... I know nobody's cursed. You don't run into 2 videos ago why I can't do that, why it's no point. So, we have a boat. Let's talk to this guy. Get the boat. Get the keys. Alright, we have a boat. Alright, now as I was explaining earlier, this changed. Aha! See, the Shining Force trounced Runefaust, not the other way around. I don't believe you do work your evil again. Drat, how did you know? Take this! And if you go and talk to the actors, their dialogue is also somewhat swapped. The sentiments have definitely swapped. And the people say something depending on the play too, but it's just interchangeable. So, we have a boat. Mayor's ship is yours. Yes, it is. Let's get on the boat. Let's go to Runefaust. There's Nova. Come on. Why'd the music stop? Why is Michaela here? No, no. Do not. No. Don't do it. Don't do it. Fuck, no. You fucking bitch, I hate you. After that fight to get this boat, you're just gonna burn it. Oh. Michaela, if I run into you on this journey anywhere else, I'm going to murder you. That was the only boat in Rindo. Fuck. Maybe the mayor can help you again. How? He doesn't have another boat. Oh, man. The only other town with ships is around Batal, but it's a long way from here. No. I have to go to Batal. I need to get across to Runefaust, so I guess we're going to Batal. It's very remote. It's far to the northeast. Go to Shade Abbey first. Ask my son all the details. So apparently we gotta go north to this place called Shade Abbey. Head north to Shade Abbey, you shouldn't have much trouble finding it. Okay. Well, Shade Abbey is this way from the town. This wall has been taken down so you can actually go up this way now. Right here is Shade Abbey. And that's where we're going to be going at the start of the next episode. But for now, Sargon 102 signing out. Take care, have fun. Bye.